Hi everyone, good evening and welcome to this video. I'm here with my adorable newest little Pennywise plushie. He's the 10-inch Factory Entertainment Pennywise from the 90s. And, well, as you can see, I've been just putting all my little clowns on the bed for the release date of it. So, yeah, well, I have Dobie, all the pennies, Bozo, and who I have, well, still Chucky, and actually I have plenty of clownies there. So, and I'm here with a pretty large box, and this box contains my 15-inch Mezco Pennywise figure, which just got delivered today. So yeah, I'm going to open this package and show you what it looks like. There you go. Now, fortunately for me, it's not really possible to collect any more IT merchandise around me because I don't have Walmart here, and the theaters don't sell their own merchandise. So fortunately, I would love to collect some Chucky and some Pennywise stuff for Halloween, but it's just impossible. So this is the guy I could collect, and I'm very excited to have him. In fact, I have been pre-ordering this figure in my favorite geek shop in Liège, who is called Toys Planet. I'm just gonna pull him out first. I didn't know it would be available already. And I was very excited for its coming. But when I actually had a closer look at the description of this figure, apparently this figure was smaller than it actually was described by the shop where I ordered it. So it was a bit of a disappointment. So I decided to have another one of these, just because I would love to have two of them. There he is. Apparently it's well packaged in bubble plastic. I have the impression that its box is a bit smaller than Chucky's. Maybe you can make a little comparison. There you go. So there you go. Here you have the two figures next to each other. They're looking absolutely gorgeous. Now, as you can see, the Chucky box looks a bit different. It's a bit broader and yeah, more like thinner here. So it's not that the boxes are necessarily similar. Now I'm gonna probably compare an unboxed version of this Chucky figure compared with this Pennywise here, which looks adorable. I mean, adorable, like really gorgeous. Now I'm gonna put Chucky aside for now. For now, I keep this guy in his packaging. I think he's really gorgeous looking in there. And there you go. So the good news is that I get to see this Pennywise earlier than expected. But I realized actually I did some bad business with Toys Planet. Unfortunately, they described the figure like smaller than or larger than it actually was, and the figure will be available within a few months. Right, on Amazon, it's already available for even a lower price. So in fact, yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. But I don't really mind having two, so I decided to have one on Amazon. What's also very excited about these figures for me personally is that I really earned the money to have him. So I've been walking dogs till I had enough money to get my Pennywise. I was so excited. Also, it's a bit of an early birthday present since soon I will be 29 years old. And yeah, well, that's a bit of an excitement for me. And well, actually I'm getting old, but anyway. Let's get to an even older creature now, who is, well, absolutely gorgeous in his packaging. So I'm gonna show you the box. Here you have the IT sign. It's really nice, actually. I really like those large box prints, and you have like some coverings here, just like teeth. It's well made. I like the finishings. And here you also have another IT shape here. Unfortunately, yeah, the box isn't necessarily part of Pennywise's equipment, just like Chucky. Chucky has like his box. He will always have his yellow typical box, and even the box is very important. Now here you just have some familiar pictures on it that are pretty familiar. Sorry, with I'm kind of familiar with these pictures from the merchandise from chapter 1. So you have Georgie and Pennywise up here. And here you have, oh, I like this, really nice. You have like his no, this is the 2017 version, of course. I kind of like both clowns. I think I prefer the one from 2017. Here you have a little explanation. So after all, I'm really glad to have him. And it wasn't very easy to obtain him today because of the destination carrier. Let's see what it says. Talk. Talk, Penny. Now this is probably going to be quite exciting or quite, yeah. Kind of makes me nervous to have him talk. No way, that laugh is so cute. He sounds like a monkey.
Well, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Oh, creepy. Even though I don't really recognize his voice. Oh, that's probably his try me function.
Well, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Doesn't have the same accent as Bill Skarsgård, probably. I like his gray jacket here. Now, I suggest we're just gonna pull him out of its packaging and have a closer look at him. There you go, here are the handsome boys. As you can see, they are the same size, Chucky and Pennywise. Now, just something that also Toys Planet didn't mention was that it was a Mezco figure, and that information was quite valuable, as I could actually just estimate its size and how it would feel, or what it would feel like. And yeah, well, now you're like just putting some money into a figure that you were quite sure about what you would get. But in fact, if they would have given you more information, you would be more like certain about what you were getting. Now anyway, these are just nice figures. I'm just gonna have a look at Pennywise right now. Here he is. He's absolutely sweet, by the way. Just have a look at the head. I'm not quite sure that his head looks really accurate, or his face. He has like really dark circles around his eyes. Maybe that's just a bit much. I don't know. What his face looks like is very personal for everyone. So I just show you so you can have a look at the detail, and I suggest you make up your mind about what your opinion is. So here is his teeth, his large buck teeth. He kind of has large teeth, and some, I'm just gonna call them wrinkles, but he has like little, wrinkles on his lips. So yeah, just because his lip comes out a bit. Very clowny. Now he has like plastic haircut, which is a bit too bad. It was really nice actually petting Chucky because he had like really soft hair. This is the one I've been using, so his hair looks messy. He's brushed, but his hair smells so well, and he's so cute, and it was nice having him soft, just petting his soft hair. So this little thing is missing on this guy because he has a totally different haircut. Just that it's kind of funny because he has like the same color of hair. So there you go. He has the hair coming up here. Just a little bit of painting missing here. Don't know what happened. And here you have like, his hair. So he has like a bunch of hair. Too bad it's not like soft, but if it would be like nylon hair, maybe his hair would be, or his haircut would be less accurate. So he has like his large broad nose and his jaw lines here. So yeah, and also the details on his forehead. So yeah, not quite sure if it looks entirely like into the movie, but maybe that's just not the point of this figure. He has his collar, his double collar with double layers. He has little pompons, and they're quite well attached. Under his clothes, he has like just this white material, white plastic material. Chucky has like pink skinny colored material, but Pennywise is different, of course. He has like his double layer skirt and his little baggy pants here. And then of course you have like the finishings here on his ankles. And his shoes made, and also the pom-pom on top of his shoes are made of plastic and the same material of his body is made out of. So here he has like adorable hands. His little gloves, his little white gloves. Also with the finishings and the nice pattern on the ropes and the belt here. That's what I really like. It's nicely detailed. There's an adorable figure to have around. He also has little nails here, which is quite funny, because well, you would actually believe him wearing gloves, and it's like he has like naked hands. So there you go. And the back, well, you have like his baggy shoulders. It doesn't really have the same detail as the costume in the movie here, because you have to open this to reach the batteries. But he has like nice linings here. So his costume is still very, very detailed, in fact. Also here. So, yeah. I might just take him with me when I'm going to see the movie on next Tuesday. I would like to do this with my friend and for my birthday. So, yeah. And then my grandma will come along and I would say, hey, meet Pennywise. I was just gonna scare her with him. Oh man. So, he's pretty, well, for people with large hands, might turn out quite small, but he's pretty easy to hold. You can just grab him like this, or just maybe like this. See, he fits pretty well in one hand. When it comes to articulations, well, how would I describe this color? It's something between white and gray. It's not really cream coloring, but it's something between white and gray. It has like this, it's not green, it is, yeah, well, rather gray maybe. Some kind of dirty white. It's actually as you would imagine it, so it's not that it's totally different. It's well, the color of his costume is well chosen. Now he has articulations in the head, so he has like neck articulation, you can turn his head. He has like shoulder articulation, a rotating articulation, and a pull articulation. It's a bit limited still, but it's okay. You also have a rotating elbow articulation here, and also a wrist articulation on both limbs, both arms. You have a hip articulation to make him sit down. You have, do I have a...
Well, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Don't get excited. He almost freaks me out saying, oh, that's like, whoa, what have I done? Where did I touch him? Okay. Well, he has like ankle articulation here. And well, his legs, you have like hip articulation. There is no waist articulation, but there is an ankle articulation. So you can make him sit down, he can turn his hands, and that's about the articulation he has. It's quite comparable with Chucky's articulation. So the head here, it's just that Chucky can actually turn his head like this, so you can make him tilt his head. And that's something Pennywise doesn't have, probably because of his high jaws here. It's really hard for him to make him tilt his head, so it's not that he can just, tilt it easily, but he can just turn the head with the neck articulation. The tilt is really limited on Pennywise. So with Chucky you have more possibilities because of his thin collar here. So, and this Chucky has like a really detached or really movable head. It's not detached, but it's movable, because I've been sleeping a lot with this guy. And I think I made him have a bad time, so that's why. So indeed, exactly the same articulations in the wrist and the elbow, and also here. Also, Chucky doesn't have a waist articulation. Just gonna check this out. No, yeah, he's off. Make sure to stabilize the figure well before leaving it to standing, because they have like small feet, so they are quite difficult to stabilize. And as soon as you leave them, they just drop. So just to make sure the figure doesn't hit the ground, won't be a bit too bad. This is the bottom of the shoes. I believe with Pennywise it shouldn't be too much of a problem. When you check out Chucky's shoes, it's a bit different because his shoes are like even smaller almost. It's like good guy shoes. He doesn't even drop his knife. Good boy. You drop it all the time. Oh, it's so sweet. There you go. Yeah. So now I'm gonna open him up and see what sentence he says. Now these are the instructions into the box. They're just included. It's just this tiny little piece of paper. Apparently Pennywise says 6 sentences and has like three switches or 3 modes. 1 switch, 3 modes. A try me one. When to make him speak, and an off function. So I'm just gonna, well, get to the, let's see. I think here is off. Now we should speak 6 sentences. Now here you can actually see what his body look like under his costume. So you can just close his costume after using
well, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Oh man, I don't like the accent.
Popcorn, is that your favorite?
Yeah, oh, I like that sentence. Popcorn. I like his little laugh sometimes, his little giggles. Popcorn, is that your favorite? No, I don't like popcorn at all, in fact. Wait, where is your button? Where's your bottom? There it is. And the button is right here, somewhere. Oh, there you go, he goes monkey.
Can you smell the circus?
Yeah, I can smell the circus. His sentences are nice.
You look like a nice boy. I bet you have a lot of friends. You'll float too. 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 You'll float too.
That's kind of weird.
Oh, well, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown.
So, lots of sentences are actually from the very first scene in the Chapter 1 movie. But it's just that, yeah, the last one where you float to is not very well impressed. In fact, I don't really like that one. The others are quite okay. But I like the sentences. I like a few of them, not every sentence, of course. And it's just the way they are spoken. I'm not really into it. I have a very good sense of hearing, so I can actually hear immediately if it's the right voice or if it has the right accent, or sometimes it's kind of important to me. I really like the sentences he speaks. I really dislike the last one. So I think that's all about it. So, and his try me function just has like the giggle and also the last sentence that we hear. Yeah, actually not. Yes, indeed, the last sentence. But wait.
Popcorn, is that your favorite?
Oh, that's so cute. Popcorn. So yeah, actually the 2 last sentences are the ones that I dislike the most. I'm just gonna put him out again. No, I don't really want those figures to speak easily. I think Chucky's sentences were much... the sentences were nice, but also his voice was much better. I don't really like the kind of messed up Pennywise's voice somehow. Not really fond of this finishing on this figure. But in general, the figure is really nice, and I really recommend this guy. If you like Pennywise, just get him for your collection. I was really glad to obtain him easily on Amazon, even though the destination carrier really messed up this afternoon. So it was quite a bit of a story. He almost delivered the package without even calling or even ringing the bell. So I had to go after the package myself almost. Luckily, I heard him. I heard the carrier on the front door, so I was kind of lucky. But I was super excited receiving Pennywise today, and I was glad after all everything went fine, because I wasn't quite sure about it at first, because the destination carrier wasn't necessarily a good one. In fact, it's a really, messy one. And except from that detail, I was really thrilled getting this figure, and, well, I get to see him earlier than expected, so this is really nice. And I can't wait to just, spend some time with him and take him with me. And he's really nice. He's kind of hard for a plush or for some time, maybe something to cuddle or to play with. But he's really sturdy, and I think he's well finished. So it might not be the most accurate figure, but it certainly is not a bad one. Here you have his ears. I don't really know if you remember in chapter 1, his ears didn't look that much detailed. Here he has like human ears, while in fact his ears were just like little pads with a little hole in them. And you actually can see his ears when he's freaking out Eddie. In chapter 1, when he was actually changing himself into a leaper. So, well, have a closer look at that scene. You might see Pennywise's ears, and then you can actually see what they really look like. Because here they're more looking like human ears. I guess little hands too, so, with long fingers. You know what's actually missing on this figure? A balloon. Or a boat. Or a little accessory. And I don't think it's included in the box. I'll have a look. I'll have a closer look. If I find something, I'll let you know. But unfortunately, no boat, no balloon, and that's kind of missing on him. Chucky has his knife. So I don't really know why Pennywise didn't get anything. Because that might be, a nice finishing. A balloon or a boat is never too much for Penny. So I think that's missing, really. But in fact, that's really the only thing, except from the voice sometimes. I think this figure is nice. And I'm glad to meet my new friend. So, I think this is about it. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you a complete review. I believe there might be others on YouTube. And as far as I know, this figure should be available now. So, apparently here it was. So I'm pretty sure that it should be the case anywhere else. Now, I really hope, like I said, I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.